Good morning. Mike was still on mute. Good morning. I'm doing this at a different time. I passed out last night. Just woke up a little while ago, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go live now. We'll be posting watch the video afterwards. I'll be posting it throughout the day on different social channels. I apologize. I'm still putting in work here. On the channel, the show and on the channels and stuff. So we do have a little bit to talk about WRC wise. I actually got my WRC merch. Got wearing the hoodie. I also have a t-shirt. It did take a little bit because it does come from Europe and I'm in the United States. So yeah, we have Ott Tanak was just announced. He is going to be driving one of the M Sport cars. I'm assuming that he'll be the, I guess you could probably call it team leader. I'd be comfortable saying he's going to be the leader. He is former champion. Had a rough go at Hyundai, which is kind of sad. I was really hoping Craig Breen would work out. It sucks that he didn't work out with them. They would not have had the money though for both of those drivers, which is sad. Kind of wish that it would have been cool if they would have, but I mean, really, Ott Tanak to M Sport, I feel like maybe not a surprise because really that's the only team that didn't have their lineup announced. So with everybody's cars, full, that was the only place for him to go. But they do, he did perform well there before he left. I understand why he left initially. But he's a good driver, and hopefully he'll get set with the car pretty quickly. I know they're doing some testing. Currently, there was footage of him in the car doing some testing, so hopefully that gets acclimated to the car very well and starts the year off. I don't know, for a win, it'll be hard depending upon, if Ogier goes in or Sebastian Loeb. Well, I guess we'll see who's in the other cars for M Sport. They haven't been officially announced. So I would assume that they're working on contracts and stuff. If Gus Greensmith is in one of the cars, I feel like this is going to have to be a make or break year. He's been in the car a while. He went through, the last generation car, and now he's in this car, and I feel like he's had some solid performances. I mean, he's done pretty well, but I would say in my opinion, the majority of the time, he really hasn't done all that great. I know some of the other guys really haven't done too well either, which kind of, they were kind of newer guys. So I think this has to be a make or break year for Gus Greensmith. He's gonna have to pull up some podiums and stuff, in my opinion, to keep that seat. They might just keep him on to fill a seat. I mean, who knows? I know they like him and he's a likable guy, but the performance has to be there too. I feel like his performance really hasn't been too great over the years. So yeah, I don't really want to talk about WRC the whole time. This is mainly going to be an EV. I'm going to kind of rant about EVs for a little while here. I did see Tesla finally, after I don't even know how many years, delivered, I think, one or two of the semis. I have to I'm gonna look into it this week. I'm giving a little bit of time for them to be driving them and stuff, and I'm gonna see if there's any updates on their performance and their kind of how long they can go. If you some loaded trailers are pretty heavy, so it's gonna kill the battery faster. That's just how EVs are gonna be working. So I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know. To me, it's the EV. I'm not a big fan of the EV thing. I don't think going full EV is the way to do it. It's just, to me, it's just not. I mean, I know, I'm a racing fan, I'm a car fan and everything, and I don't mind electric vehicles. It's cool to have them. It's, a different technology. It's a different kind of vehicle. And it's just to go full EV and everybody's like, oh, so great for the environment and everything, which when you get down to it, it's not as environmentally friendly as they think it is. I mean, you have to drive, it's something like 60,000 miles before it's actually good for the environment. And that's just to wear off the effects that it's already had on the environment. That's, mining all the nickel and making the batteries and everything. Because, I mean, you have to ship that stuff from the mines, which goes in trucks and trains and boats and everything else. It's like the environmental impact just there. And in order to accommodate all these extra cars, if everything's going to be EV, all these extra cars and batteries have to be made. They're going to have to open up more mines, and those are generally in, poorer countries. So it's just the environmental impact it's huge. And yeah, I don't know what they're thinking. I would say, me personally, I feel like it should just be, instead of fully electric by whatever year, it's like 2035 or some shit. Instead of full EV, how about full hybrid? Everything has to be hybrid. That to me makes more sense. I know that there's still companies working on hydrogen engines. Excuse me, and now I forget what company it is. Maybe it's Boeing. Boeing, I think, is working on a hydrogen plane, which, I don't know. Hydrogen, we all know what hydrogen can do. It is dangerous. So I feel like putting it in a plane, probably not going to be the best idea, unless they can make it somehow safe, which who knows if they're going to be able to. But yeah, this isn't talking about hydrogen. And I would like to also point out that I am not in any way a genius about this stuff. I'm not, I'm just kind of giving my opinion about all of this. And the EV thing, I'm not going to, there's EV, I'm not a fan of Tesla at all. I don't think they look all that great. The Rivians, the trucks and the SUVs, I actually saw one of the SUVs pretty recently. They actually don't look bad. They actually look pretty good. We got some electric supercars that look pretty damn good. The Mustang Mach-E, which a lot of people hate. It's not a Mustang, blah, blah, blah. Ford is just trying to make Mustang a brand, like a whole line of vehicles. So I understand why they called it that. They could have just gotten away with, in my opinion, calling it the Mach-E and not throwing the Mustang on there. But Ford calls it a Mustang. It's a Mustang. And they're the owners of that. So, the Mach-E does look pretty good. The GT version looks better than the the plain version. Um, the Lightning, just it looks like an F-150. So the F-150 looks decent. So the Lightning looks decent. It's really not all that different. But I mean, some of these other, I can't just think off the top of my head. Some of these electric supercars, the Audi e-tron, really, it looks pretty decent too. But I mean, the EV thing, like I said, it's just not an entirely good idea. And I mean, recently it was just announced that Mercedes was going to have a $1,200 a year subscription. So you don't have to do it, but it is a subscription per year, $1,200 to unlock faster acceleration, which I think from what I read, it was something like it knocks off like a full second off of the 0 to 60 time, which, I mean, yeah, that's fast. It's the way electric cars are. They're just, it's instant torque, instant power. But man, a subscription service, $1,200 a year, you can spend a little bit of money and knock off a second off your 0 to 60 time on a regular car. And let's say that's even $2,000 you can spend on a car, knock off a second off your 0 to 60 time, and you're going to own a car for a couple of years. You pay that subscription twice, you've already spent more than what you would pay in a regular car. I mean, you got stuff like that, and it's gonna come down to things like that, where it's gonna be, and to have it be a subscription, I feel like I would personally pay a little bit more. If I were gonna do that, I would pay a little bit more to be able to just have that unlocked, not a yearly thing. And I think that would be the way to do it. But this is what we're coming to. We're coming to the point where it is going to be subscriptions. You're going to have subscription services in cars and whatnot. It's just, I don't know. To me, it's not a good thing, because there's going to be, I would think that there's going to be subscriptions for other things. Possibly subscriptions for if you want more overall power, and not just limiting the acceleration. If you want more overall power, you want to unlock the speed from 110 miles an hour that's, limited to, if they're going to limit it. I know some engines are limited. I had a car that was, I think the first generation Focus was limited to 110. I had a Mustang that was limited to, believe it topped out like 120. And you feel it. You could go, it just stopped going at 120. Like, I had the foot on the pedal and it could accelerate more. It had more RPMs in it, had more in it. I had an SVT Focus that was unlimited. They took the limiter off of it. I was going I hit like 140 in that thing. So it's, like I said, if I would pay to unlimit the car, meaning, like I said, if it's topping out at 110, if it just stops at 110 and you can't go any faster than 110, I would pay a little bit of money to knock off that limiter, and you could go faster, higher rate of speed. And that would mainly be, I'm not saying you do this out on the road, but if you go to a track, you go to your local drag strip or your local racetrack and want to do like a track day, that that I would pay a little bit extra to get the limiter knocked off. And I don't know, it's getting crazy. And like I said, it's not only, honestly, to me, it's not only the environmental effects of making the batteries and everything, it's also going to trickle down, and I don't think they really think about that. You know, these racing series, everybody's fighting to keep the racing. Racing, I don't think the normal person, I don't think really gets. I mean, yeah, racing's fun, racing's cool. I love watching it. It's most of what I watch, honestly. It has pushed automotive safety and technology. There's a lot that has come out of it. And I think, your regular everyday person doesn't really realize that some companies use that as a test bed for different technologies and stuff, to help advance, current things that are going on, like hybrid systems and stuff like that. And, if you push for everything to be all electric, and, if you're going to ban, you're going to mess with racing series and stuff, you have to think that if these racing series and whatnot go away, you have all those people, all those thousands of people that now don't have a job. They're out of a job. Just, the builders, the crews, the drivers, it's just, I don't really think they think about that. And I mean, now we have, even the aftermarket companies are being attacked now. Those companies go under, those people are out of a job. You're not going to need, it's just, all these people are going to be losing their jobs. And I don't think they really think about that. I don't think it's really been entirely thought through. It's just jumping on a freaking bandwagon is what it is. It's all just jumping on a bandwagon. Like, oh, so everybody's bitching about the environment, which I care about the environment too. And I understand that things need to change, but really look into it and really think about what's going to happen and what the impact's going to be. Even getting rid of these batteries, when the batteries are just done, when they're not holding charges and things like that, what are you going to do with the batteries? The batteries are just going to sit in a landfill and just rot over hundreds of years. It's not a quick fix. This is just thought about. They just threw it out there like, oh, well, electric cars don't have any emissions. We'll just, let's just do it that way. It's pretty stupid. Like I said, if a company can build a hydrogen engine that's safe and it can work, why not go that route? I mean, it's even hybrid. Just do hybrid. The leader of Toyota, the whole entire company, has come out and said that he's not going to jump on the electric vehicle thing. And honestly, if they don't, and they don't go all electric and they still have gas engines, I don't even really like Toyota all that much. I'll buy a freaking Toyota if it has a gas engine in it, because I don't think all these companies should not go all electric. I think it's just going to be stupid. And if you have a guy like, I mean, Toyota is a freaking powerhouse in the automotive world. I mean, they've had success in racing. They sell freaking millions of goddamn cars. I would probably listen to him, honestly, if he's saying that they're not going to push for everything to be electric and it's not the way to go. I would listen to him. And like I said, I'm not even really that big of a Toyota fan. They've hardly had any cars over the years where I'm like, oh man, that's a pretty cool car. I will say though that, I know it's everybody's favorite, but the Mark IV Supra looked good and it was a cool car. The new Supra, I don't like the way it looks. It's basically just a BMW, a reshelled BMW. That's just my opinion. The old MR2s were pretty cool. Trying to think of what else. I will say that it is insane for Gazoo Racing, the GR. They're making that GR Yaris. It's a I believe that one is the 3-cylinder, and it's making like 300 horsepower. That is pretty fucking insane. That's just pretty crazy. I think it's pretty cool that they're doing that. And I think it's cool that companies are still like, we're going to make this wild ass car, and which, I mean, thinking about it, it might be the last hurrah for stuff like that. We'll see how it goes, but it is seeming like, I mean, the new Z car is pretty crazy. We still have, Lamborghini's keeping it going. They're Sion, I believe it's called. Oh, baby's awake. Sion is a hybrid car now. That's pretty cool. It's cool that companies are doing that. They're not minding using other technologies and stuff. But yeah, honestly, electric, not the way to go. That's just not, it's not going to be good at all. But like I said, that's my opinion. Some people might just want electric vehicles, which, I mean, go buy an electric vehicle if that's what you want. That's fine. If you want a hybrid vehicle, go buy a hybrid vehicle. We do need to start making some more performance hybrids, I think. Right now it's just like SUVs and the Prius, which is just gross. And I know a lot of people don't have money for a Lamborghini. We do need cooler hybrids. There's rumor for a couple years now that Ford's going to make a hybrid Mustang. It would be cool. Honestly, it would be cool to have a hybrid Mustang. WRC, all hybrid. Rally 1 cars are all hybrids. And that's worked out pretty well. I believe the new hypercar class, all those cars are hybrid. I don't know about all of them. I think maybe it is a rule to be a hybrid, I believe. Not 100% positive on that. But I think they are, because most of the ones I've seen videos of run electric through the pits and then hit the gas. And I mean, some of these cars sound pretty goddamn good. So you do see a lot of it. And like I said, racing is pushing that technology. They'll learn things about hybrid systems and how to use them and utilize them. And, I think, like I said, overall hybrid, probably it's a better option over fully electric. But that's just my opinion. Like I said before, I'm not a genius. I'm not saying I know everything about all this stuff. Just kind of giving my opinion. But that's gonna be it on that. And I've been wanting to do this EV episode, kind of talk about EV stuff, because every week I seem to talk about EVs in some sort of way. And I kind of want to just do an episode, get it out of there. I know it's going to come up again, but I kind of just wanted to give all of it all at once, give my bit of opinion. And, we'll over time learn more. I'm sure more electric cars will start coming out and more news about them. But I'm kind of, before I end this, going to give a couple other updates about the future a little bit here. Again, apologize. I was supposed to be live last night, but I kind of fell asleep. Super tired. So I'm up. I'm doing this now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do a live stream. Usually I do a game after this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm working on getting through the full WRC generations stuff. So I've done Rally 3. I'm in Rally 2 now. win a championship in Rally 3. I'm going to try to get the championship in Rally 2 and then Rally 1 and just be completed with the career mode. And then I'm going to go with the season, meaning I'm going to have, when the weekend that there's a rally, I'll have a live stream and I'll run that rally in the game and kind of talk about it and, give some, get some facts and things like that. And I'll go with the season. So when Rally Monte Carlo is going on, I'll do Rally Monte Carlo that weekend. And then so on with the calendar. So each event, that's when I'll be playing that game. I'm going to attempt to do that. I have NASCAR. I haven't even touched it. I haven't even started playing it. And we're coming up on that season starting in February. I don't think I'm going to get through career mode in that, but I'm going to go with the game, go with the season. So each race I'll run at that track. And we'll talk about the race. We'll talk about, whatnot. If there's a series that I can do that with, maybe not even every track or every event, I'll do something with 24 Hour of Le Mans. I have a couple games that have Le Mans in it and have cars that do run on it. So I think that's going to be kind of what I'm going to be doing in the future for the game live streams. I'm trying to work on making this show better. I know there's a lot that I can do. I just gotta make the time and work hard at it. I do want this to be a regular thing and keep going, and I've done it a bunch of times now. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, with the career thing, trying to get through career modes. I still be playing Destiny. The new season just started. I've played a little bit. So Destiny will still be a part of the channel. And yeah, gonna be going with some seasons here each, every week that they have every time that there's an event. WRC is gonna be easier because WRC, is about once a month or so. NASCAR is gonna be the hard thing to kind of keep up with. If something happens or whatever, I might miss a week. Since their race schedule is pretty hardcore, 36 events. It's pretty nuts. So that one's gonna be hard to keep up with. Like I said, I'm probably not getting through the career mode in that before the season starts. I do have a couple other racing games that I have not finished the career mode in. Grid Legends. I realized that I had Project Cars 3 and I never played it. So I'll be starting that at some point. But I'd like to start getting through some of these racing games I haven't even touched or haven't played in a long time. When I start getting back into the career modes and getting through those. So those will be part of the live stream. But yeah, so yeah, it's gonna do it for the show today. I will be back next. This is gonna be a Saturday night thing. Granted, I screwed up last night, which will probably happen. Probably won't be not gonna be wasn't the first time. It won't be the last. I will be live next Saturday. We're gonna play. I'm gonna get the topics throughout the week, and then we'll talk about that. Hopefully, M Sport kind of has an announcement of the rest of their lineup, and we'll be talking about that. Maybe preview a couple seasons. We'll see what's going on in the car news, in the car world, and I'll probably play WRC. Like I said, I'm trying to really push through that and power through that to get that career mode done, and then I can move on to probably just gonna move on to NASCAR. And then maybe every so often I'm gonna throw in Destiny, get a little bit of Destiny content throughout the season, because Lightfall does come out in February. So we got that coming through the pipeline here a little bit. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoys the show. Take a look at previous episodes and streams and stuff. I started last time. Last episode started to do the show, end the stream, and then do it, because if there's just people who don't want to watch the gaming portion, at least you have a choice to watch either or. So yeah, hope everybody enjoys. And I'll see you next week. Everybody have a great week. There is currently, just a heads up, I believe GT World YouTube channel, there is a race going on right now. There's about 6 hours left of it. It was 12-hour race. It's a GT challenge or a GT championship race. So yeah, everybody enjoy your week. Hope you had a great weekend. We still got, it's Sunday, so still got the rest of Sunday. Hope you enjoy your Friday night and Saturday night at least, and close out the weekend on a good note here. And I will catch you all next week. Have a great one.